Aiden, which one do you think should go first?
I think 2054 should go next because that is less than 2,833 and 2,555 and
2,873 and 2,380.
Because that has 2000s in it. They all have 2000s in it, but that has 54 and that has 55, and then they have other.
But there's also a 0 in there. I haven't got. Okay. I'll do yours for you. Do you want me to do it? I think sweaters should go to clothing because you wear clothing and a sweater is a clothing that you wear. A sweater is what you wear.
Agree.
So Zachary. Oh wait, it's your turn now.
Socks. I think socks should go in sweat. No, where the sweat is.
Why do you think it should go in sweaters?
Because clothing is something you wear, and you wear socks on your feet.
What's another question you could ask?
What made you say?
Could you ask why wouldn't it go?
Why wouldn't it go in sports? Because in sports you wear socks.
And you don't use a sock as a baseball bat. Or
Yeah, but in soccer you wear big socks and baseball. So what made you say that?
I think it shouldn't go in sports because it's not saying baseball socks, it's just saying socks.
Because they have, can I piggyback? I'm piggybacking on Sammy because they have specific socks that they wear in soccer and baseball and different sports. They have specific socks and not just plain socks.
So it fits better in
The game.
in which one?
Clothing.
And again, the sentence is, can you imagine what it would be like to float so high?
Go ahead.
Brian, why do you say supporting sentence? Example in detail.
Because it's supporting the sentence, but it's not the main idea.
But why do you think that? How do you think it is supporting the sentence?
Because
Adriana, isn't your question really then what is the main idea if it's supporting and how does it support it? So can you ask that question?
So what is the main idea?
To Brian.
What is the main idea then?
that how can you imagine the float and car that look like tiny dots?
Any more questions, Adriana?
I do have a question. Brian, why do you say that the main idea is that? Because I think that the main idea is about the balloon fight.
I think the main idea is about the floating in the air and tiny dots because it's not
Then you want to put out main
Do you have a question? Question, Riley?
Then why didn't you put out main idea directly stated if you thought it was about that?
Why are you in the sentence?
Did you want to change your vote, Brian? Why?
because the
See,
main
isn't that a question you could have asked? Go ahead and ask that.
Brian, if you are going, if you're going to change your answer, why are you changing your answer?
Because the main idea is because it's the main idea and it's about in the air and they're tiny dots. The cars look like tiny dots.
Brian, I don't quite understand. Could you kind of explain a little better? Put your card in here.
It's the main idea because they float in the air and they say imagine how it feels like to float in the air and cars are like tiny dots.
Yeah, but then again, that question comes back popped up. Why do you actually think that it is the main idea to actually stay? That's what it all leads
What part is confusing you? Maybe that should be your question.
I'm confused because you're saying that the main idea is where they're like the tiny dots, but I'm not understanding what you're getting at with it. Like, what part made you think that it was the main idea?
Because they're mad because in the air they said that the cars look like tiny dots.
I am confused on the same part, but this because we know the main idea because it's about a hot air balloon, but you say cars look like tiny dots. Imagine what it's like to float so high. That doesn't directly state that means it's a hot air balloon. It could have been somebody on a parachute or something.
Riley, I have a question for you. Right. Are you going to change your answer because of what you said to Brian?
Nope.
Well, I thought you would because what you said to Brian was kind of like what I put down was the drawing of conclusion of what you kind of said to Brian. That's what I thought you would have been changed it to.
Here you go, Jaden.
So why?
Because of what I just said to Brian. I just realized that. Can we do a half here? Are you sure? Because if we try to half, it would be 8. What is 6 minus something equals something? What makes 6? What doubles facts?
What's 5? That's 5
You have to break it into 3. And then double to break it in again. Each little piece, right? So where should the first mark be? Okay. Where should be the next mark? Good. And now where should the next mark be?